Peripheral nerve injuries. Peripheral nerve carry information to the muscles to initiate movements as well as transporting sensory information. Nerve injury may present with sensory deficits, loss of motor function, or a combination of both. Classification of peripheral nerve injuries. Type 1 corresponds to neuropraxia characterized by local myelin damage, secondary to compression. Type 2 and 3 corresponds to axonotmesis characterized by loss of continuity of axons in the neurium, perineurium, and epineurium intact. Type 4 corresponds to sensory and motor deficits distal to the site of lesion. Type 5 refers to neurometastasis characterized by complete physiologic disruption of entire nerve trunk. The model that we use is person-environment-occupation model that emphasizes on the interaction between the person, the environment, and the occupation. The frame of references that are derived from the PEO model that we used are the biomechanical FOR and rehabilitative FOR. The biomechanical approach is designed to restore client-level factors of structural stability, tissue integrity, range of motion, strength, and endurance. The interventions that we implemented are splinting, passive mobilization, retrograde massage, desensitization, sensory re-education. The aim of rehabilitative approach is to maximize performance in occupations through adaptation of environment or activity. The intervention implemented using this approach is the application of functional aids. The goals of these interventions are to reduce hypersensitivity, normalize the sensation, prevent further deformities and contracture. Next is to improve range of motion for functional act, promote greater competence in ADL, and facilitate functional use of the affected limb. The first intervention is sensitivity training, the desensitization. It uses repetitive stimulation of different sensory modalities that are slightly unpleasant but tolerable. The duration should be approximately 5 to 10 minutes, 3 or 4 times a day. Further grading, stimuli are upgraded when the client's tolerance increases. As a precaution, in early stage, gentle stroking need to be applied to avoid from evoking greater pain sensation. The rationale is desensitization able to reduce pain by increasing the threshold level when being stimulated. Next is sensory re-education. It is used for clients with diminished of sensory function, involves training in localization and graded discrimination. It can be done in 2 to 4 times a day in 5 to 10 minutes. Simulation of object is graded starting from dull or rough to the lighter or smoother. As a precaution, this technique can be used only if the client have intact protective sensation. If the client has lost protective sensation, use compensatory techniques for protective sensory re-education. Simulation of object is graded starting from dull or rough to the lighter or smoother. As a precaution, this technique can be used only if the client have intact protective sensation. If the client has lost protective sensation, use compensatory techniques for